Hello again, and welcome back to the New Forest for this March-April update of the video diary, showing some of the things that have gone on in my part of the forest in the last couple of months. So why don't you come and join me and see what's happened. March the 1st is St David's Day, and the daffodil is the Welsh national flower. This year the daffodils were all out in flower to celebrate the day. Also on March the 1st, I heard this. Was it one of these? Or one of these? And where is their new nest? The hedges are cut in the winter months, and the beginning of March is the last time that they can be cut before the birds start nesting. Here's the before. And here's the after. Very smart. Farther along the lane, I saw this. Can you see what's behind the hedge? He was very still, waiting for some poor unsuspecting rodent to walk by. March was a very quiet month weather-wise, though we did have one storm in the middle of the month. Spring wouldn't be spring without the birds singing. Here's an extract. The song thrush is singing from the top of this tree. I think he's singing today to celebrate one of his chicks hatching out. These are robin's eggs. The nest is inside a hose pipe on a garage wall. My friend Charlie won't be able to water his garden for a few weeks. If you're walking your dogs in the forest, make sure that you keep them under control at all times. This is especially true at this time of year if you're walking in an area where the rare ground nesting birds are breeding. The lovely yellow flowers of the gorse is a sure sign that spring is on the way. This year the spring flowers seem to be a bit later than usual, but they seem to last longer. Or maybe it's my imagination. April is the month when the fallow deer start to shed their antlers. These images were taken in early April, and these boys weren't showing any sign of shedding their antlers yet. Roe deer shed their antlers in the autumn, and their new ones have grown by the spring. Bah! These sheep are out on the forest now that the grass has started growing again. The ponies are enjoying the April sunshine. Although April was mainly sunny and dry, it was cold at night, with frosts on some nights. The 12th of April was a momentous day in the COVID roadmap back to normality. The pubs were allowed to reopen, serving outdoors only, and going to the pub meant wrapping up warm. Non-essential shops also reopened. So too did the hairdressers, who were all booked up for weeks in advance. It's mid-April, and we're back to see Ian and Amanda at Brook Hill Vineyard. When we were last here in February, you might remember that Ian was pruning the vines, leaving two of last year's shoots on which this year's shoots will grow. These shoots have now been laid along the horizontal wires. The new buds are just beginning to show, but we've had some very heavy frosts in April, which will damage the opening buds and young shoots. Hopefully The buds won't burst open until the threat of the frost is gone. Inside the winery, there's a lot of empty bottles waiting to be filled. Ian and Amanda are bottling the Brook Hill 2020 white wine vintage. The wine is pumped from this stainless steel tank along the plastic pipe and through a final sterile filtration unit, which removes any remaining particulates from the wine. The wine, which is a blend of 50% Bacchus grapes, 25% Ortega grapes and 25% Chardonnay, flows into the reservoir from which 4 bottles can be filled at the same time. The full bottles are checked to make sure that they contain the required 750 ml of wine before the bottle caps are applied. Here are the filled bottles, which now just need the labels to be applied, and they're ready for sale. There's plenty more to fill before the day's work is done and all 1100 bottles are filled. This bottle has escaped. Cheers! As we moved towards the end of April, the leaves started appearing on the trees. This crow was doing its best to eat as many buds as possible before they opened. The bluebells started to flower. And the spring lambs gambolled around in the fields. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to see the next video diary update at the end of June.